Good morning. It's been a few days, been a productive few days. Released the newsletter for this week, which you can check out, first link in the description, just yesterday. And now we are off back to Uluwatu, about to hop on the scooter for a couple days with the fellas, hanging out with Gabriel, Solbra, and the squad. So we're all packed up, got some clothes, Muay Thai gloves in the event we do sparring. Not looking forward to sparring Sol. Not because I'm a pussy, maybe because I'm a pussy. Mostly because I'm 5'11", he's like 6'4", so there's a range disadvantage. But if we do any Muay Thai, I'll at least have my own gloves. And then got the podcast equipment, laptop, essentials. Gonna throw the headphones on and hit the road. Got an hour on the road, just like last time. Send a prayer up, but I'll see you guys in Uluwatu for what should be a fun couple days and podcast with Sol and some other cool stuff. So I'm gonna get on the road and I'll see you guys in Uluwatu. All right, all loaded up. Time to hit the road. Made it safe. Thank you, God. We have returned. Thanks for the prayers. I've been gifted the front room. This is the digs, larger than my entire guest house. Bathroom tour. Which one is it? Nice. Oh yeah, that's nice. We are also about to head over to Alchemy, one of the cooler co-working spaces here. I was working there last time, but this time, UFC card. So gotta get the water, keys, of course no shoes, and then we hit the road. Off to Alchemy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Grand Rising. Off to watch fighters.
Cardio is, it's just everything.
What are we saying, boys? Good fight? Rip to the American.
Rest of this kid.
Sorry, Sean. Off to the beach. Gabe. Grand Rising. So yesterday was kind of a highlight reel, but short update. Solbra left to go see family back in his home country. So he'll be back on Friday, which means pod probably this next weekend, which gives me another excuse to come back to Uluwatu. I'll probably string all this together in one vlog, but yesterday we had a deep work session at Alchemy and then went to the gym. We just trained a little bit of push, just me and Gabriel and their other friend who, again, I don't know that I can dox by name. And then went to the beach for a bit, met some new friends and hung out at like a cliffside beach club called Ulu Cliff House, if you want to search it. Gorgeous location, and just talked late into the night and then got back, and here we are on the next day. So I just got off of a cool FaceTime with the roomies for the Founder House this upcoming year, which is super exciting. We're looking at a spot getting a spot in Miami, which will be really cool. It'll be awesome to like finally be under one roof, like just experiencing it even here at their place. Like when you're under one roof with like-minded people, the quantum leaps you have in business and your personal life and the accountability, like it's unbelievable. So definitely as an encouragement to anyone who's in that like lonely season and you're trying to decide whether I like stay with family and figure things out, quote unquote, like assume more responsibility, figure out how to pay rent, get out of your house, get out of your hometown. It just will force your brain to make the decisions and the connections necessary, and you will expand far faster. It's not to say you abandon your family, but it's mirrored in every great story, like The Alchemist and the story of Siddhartha, like the Buddha, you have to go out. It's in the hero's journey as well. Like you go out into the world to get the boon, to get the lesson, to get the amazing thing, and then you can only then return back. And I think it's in your becoming. It's like who you become and the lessons that you engender and the trials and tribulations. Like that is the point of the hero's journey. Is like you go out and get these things and then you give them back to the people you love most. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents random morning rant. But today we're gonna do probably more of the same. So we're gonna head to Alchemy later for a work session and then train/beach. And yeah, we'll see where the day takes us from there. But I'll probably head back to Canggu for a couple days tomorrow morning, and then I'll be back on Saturday here to do some podcasting, some time at the Savaya Club on Saturday night. Apparently there's a good DJ, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on everything, but I'll probably see you next at Alchemy later today. Good morning. It's been a couple day time jump. I'm gonna be heading back to Uluwatu today with Hang with the Boys. Literally just a minute ago, had a massive earthquake. The internet is saying 4.9, which is not that strong, but it's only 13 kilometers away from Denpasar, Bali. So the whole building just fucking shook like crazy, and I'm only like 500 meters from the beach, so super sketchy. But I just wanted to record this because like the feeling of something that powerful in nature just drops you so much into how small you are. Because realistically, if it was like a big earthquake, like and a tsunami got produced or something, right? Like what the hell am I supposed to do? I don't know. I just wanted to record this clip because just an insane moment. And anyway, yeah. Had a good session this morning at the cafe, but now I'm gonna get into a lift. It looks like Mr. Bra over there, they're gonna be doing legs, and then I think I'm gonna do back because I trained legs a few days ago, so we'll be able to observe each other from across the way here. The boy squirming. But yeah, I'm gonna get into it. All right, we are back at the crib now. Got a bite to eat outside of Bamboo after we finished up the training session. Look at this view. Sorry to interrupt myself. Crazy. But we're gonna set up a podcast over here. This will not be my podcast with Solbra, but we're gonna do a 4-way podcast, myself, Gabe, Solbra, and Tebow. Don't know if it's gonna be released, but it's just gonna be a cool conversation between all of us on the revised and subverted 19th century history around health, and we're kind of just gonna let it flow and see where it follows. But it should be a fun time. We're kind of setting up over here. Me and Gabe did our session there, if you'll recognize the couch. But cool aesthetics as well. We have a lot of cool spaces to work with, so we're gonna do like 2 over here, 2 over there, and see how we go. Don't know, like I said, if it's gonna go public, but surely will be a good conversation to learn from one another. Tebow's really good at all of the 19th century history. It's kind of his thing. So I think myself and the others will be just like picking his brain the whole time, but should be fun. Gonna get into this and then down to the beach later for sunset and dinner and things like that. So gonna hop into this and then see how we go. Wow. Right, some time has passed. Spent a couple days back in Canggu, but now we're back in the crib in Ulu. We got Sol upstairs. He's recording a voiceover before we run the podcast. Finally sitting down, and I think we're gonna actually have a 2-camera setup up here. So let me show you what we got going on. And hopefully, unlike the episode with Gabriel, we won't have any camera issues. I made sure that my phone will be all cleared out, but I think we'll use a double setup, so we'll have one shot, and then over here the second shot. Same spot as before because the lighting is really good. And yeah, we should be wrapping up soon, or starting up soon, I should say. So without further ado, we'll drop right in, and then I'll touch back after we get out. Just wrapped up the pod. We ended up pivoting to this little setting right here. We had a 3-cam setup, so hopefully it turns out well. I had a really good time. What are you saying?
Video was 111 in length when we stopped.
True. I love a good
What does that say?
The angels were with us. That was a good sesh, and I think we'll be gymming and getting some food in, but I'll keep you guys posted. In an unbelievably tragic turn of events, I'm currently getting one of the 3 videos up, but I pulled the SD card from the audio, and we are graced with an empty project folder. So I wish I could contain or transfer any amount of my rage into this moment, but for whatever reason, it wasn't meant to be. Obviously, if you see this vlog, you'll see what I do with it. I'm gonna see if I can get any good audio out of any of the 3 cameras, potentially clean it up with AI, and still put it into a podcast. If I can't and it all sounds pretty fucked, it'll probably just be like an archive video that I'll put up separately. Obviously, similar situation happened in London with Milan and that podcast, but it's coming to the place where I need to probably get a different audio recorder that gives me more like live info, because all signs pointed to good. Like the audio was working in the test ahead of time, but it just isn't recording to the file for whatever reason. I still think it's user error because like the recorder isn't broken, so I did something wrong, but you'd think 76 podcasts in I would have this thing figured out. So whatever, it wasn't meant to be in its original format, but we can send a prayer up that hopefully the video file will save itself. It's part of the game. It's why I'm documenting it in the vlog here, because I'm furious and I feel like this is the only salvageable moment, is to show the real disappointing moment as it's unfolding. But either way, I'll have to stomach the frustrations, and obviously myself and Sol Bra are now connected in person, and God willing, we'll be friends over the coming years. So there will be time for a part 2 and proper recording and all that stuff. So we'll see what it shakes into, but stuff you don't like to see, but it's part of the game. Well, at least we got the video for those few angles. I look like when I boost the audio really loud, you can at least hear our voices very clearly. There's a ton of echo in the room, obviously, because the ceilings are high, and there is some fan noise because we had a fan on. I'm hoping if I put it in some AI software, I can get that cleaned up and it'll sound a lot more like a mic. But the more I'm thinking about it, the conversation is too good not to put out. The video looks great. Like, we had a great setup. So I think it's important, and I think you guys would appreciate having the conversation versus not having it for my sake of perfectionism or something like that. I have faith that some software can help me out. I'll be looking and researching those options, but to burn off some deeply seated rage, the fellas left to go to a different gym, and I hung back to get the files ready. But now I'm gonna hit the rings over here, just do some pull work, keep the dogs in the grass and get some sunlight, and then probably I'll race down to take a dip in the ocean. And then I think later tonight we're gonna be doing some Russian banya action, getting some sauna. I could just sweat out all my disappointment. But I still thank God for the opportunity, my body, my health, everything that actually matters. And these small frustrating moments are things to smile on in the future, and little technological hurdles put in by the demiurge to keep us from putting good information out there. Because we talked about a lot. We talked about vaccine harm, mind control, lots of good stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna train now and then check back in a bit. Good morning, Uluwatu. Another beautiful day here. This morning we're going to head to Alchemy again to do some working. I'm already cooking on the thumbnail and description for the podcast. I'm gonna have to run, like I said, the audio through some sort of AI to clean it up, but I'll probably be looking into do that in the next few days. I don't know if I'll have time to like render everything through a software today, but early work session so that we can go play paddle. with the fellas before my official send-off to drive back to Canggu tonight, pack, and then tomorrow we head to Lombok. Final day here in Bali for this year, which is crazy to think about, crazy to say. Feeling very grateful. Just got off a phone call with mom and dad, which is good. They're doing well. And yeah, excited for what the day has in store. It looks like another beautiful day in paradise, and grateful to be doing it with some fun friends, new friends, and people I will definitely be staying in touch with. I'm trying to convince the fellas to take a side quest over to Lombok, so fingers crossed that they come see me in October and November. Yeah, we'll get to some work later and start cooking on this vlog eventually, and the podcast with Mr. Bra. We made it to Jungle Paddle. We got the fellas back here. I've only got probably 5 games under my belt, so you just have to rely on that latent college athleticism. And we'll see. Got the young athlete Gabriel, and then Mr. Bra over here. So we'll get into it now. Here we go. Everybody's got one win thus far. We got and Gabe. Oh, the fault. Foolish gameplay. I got 1 win over Deuce and then lost to Gabe and Deuce. So pretty evenly split out here. A lot of athletes. The athletes of Twitter pipeline. Gotta get back into it. Finished up the session. Tebow arrived, but then we did some singles, some doubles. Good day with the lads, good session. Got some POV shots from the fellas. But yeah, I think we're gonna head back now. Mayhaps the beach, mayhaps some food. We'll see. And we know that, all this English. Change of plans. We've made our goodbyes. Sad to see, but you gotta do it. It's a see you later, not a goodbye. And now it's time to pack up and race back to Canggu. We've got more goodbyes to say. It's the problem with having a squad and finally developing your family a home away from home. You gotta say some goodbyes, but gotta get on the road. I'll see you soon. Hour 45 on the bike, in the sun, done. Ulu, wrapped. Soul pod coming soon. I'm gonna close this pod here. I'll pick up tomorrow morning when I'm getting ready for Lombok. Got some of the packing up going on right now. Everything's gonna live in this bag here. Gotta put all the shelves in there. Amazing time, amazing new friends. Excited to release all the content. You'll obviously all see it by now. Subscribe to the channel, links below for the newsletter. Lots of exciting stuff in the books. Exciting 2 months in Lombok, hopefully getting the guys to come visit me there. I'm super tired, got to say some goodbyes tonight to some people, so I'm gonna close this one out. Thank you so much for being with me this early. Like I said, subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you guys tomorrow as we head to Lombok.